Recording in progress.
All right, so let's go ahead and take a nice comfortable seat. For you, whatever that is today is perfect. Allowing yourself to be on a chair or a supported chair. Let your knees come forward, your feet come to the floor. You're welcome to shift slightly from side to side, allowing your body to really just become comfortable in your space. Let your hands rest on your lap. Take a nice big deep breath, and as you do, feel the heart space open. Feel the crown of your head rise. Let your shoulders move up, down, and onto your back. Let there be a nice big deep breath in through the nose and an exhale out through the nose. And again, another deep breath in and another deep breath out. Beautiful. One more time. Nice big steady inhalation. A nice, big, steady exhalation. Beautiful. Bringing your hands closer to your heart center, or maybe even joining your palms together. Take a moment to just notice how you're feeling. Observe and just acknowledge how you feel in the moment. If you'd like to set an intention or set what we call a sankalpa, which helps us to sort of repeat something over and over and helps us kind of focus, you're welcome to do that. And then into that beautiful space, take a nice big deep breath. And as you exhale, if you would like, you can gently bow your head. As you gently release your hands and let your head come up and your eyes softly and gently blink on. Take a nice big deep breath and sweep your hands way, way, way up to the sky. And as you exhale, let those hands do a nice big circle all the way around. Good. We're going to do a few more of these. So bringing the hands into the heart to stretch tall, and then sweeping the hands out and around all the way. And again, nice big deep breath all the way up and around. Last one, just like that. Nice big deep breath all the way up and sweep them down and around. Letting your fingers move up towards your shoulders, give a tap and stretch your fingers down. A tap and stretch. A tap and stretch. Two more. Tap and stretch. Good. Last one. And then from here, thumbs up. Open those thumbs. Good. Little bitty lifts right out to the side like a nice little letter T. Good. And then open your palms. Crisscross open palms and open them out wider. Crisscross palms stay open to the sky. Yes, there you go. So think about serving a pizza and opening it back out. Serving a pizza. Good. And then pause here. Take your fingers over your head. Bring your fingertips, just the fingertips together. And like you were holding a ball in between your hands, bring your hands all the way back down. Let your hands rest on your lap and give your shoulders a little wiggle. Let that move gently into your torso. Just a little bit of a movement from side to side. And if it feels okay, you can turn it into a circle, gently moving around in that circular motion, nice and gently. And then once you've completed that last circle, please pause to give yourself a gentle circle the other way. Letting your body just very easily around. And then coming back to sit up nice and tall. On the next deep breath, inhale as you send your fingers way up to the sky. Exhale, pull those elbows into your strong cactus. Hold the shoulders way back. Squeeze your forearms together and open and together and open, just like that. Two more times. Squeeze them together and open. Last one. Squeeze them together and open. Good. Can you do a little shift of the arms? A little bit of a funky scarecrow here. Here you go. And after the last one, both arms up and start to roll your wrists. Get about halfway down and reverse your direction. Beautiful. Stay there. I'm going to get closer so you can see my hands. But from here, bring those palms forward. Open and close your fingers like you had scissor hands. And then pause, curl the tips of your fingers in, and then let your hands close. Good. Can you do your thumbs? Up and down, up and down. Up. And then knock. You were knocking on a door. Go that way, go forward. Yeah, we can get a little fancy with it. Knock, knock. All right, and then pause. Open those fingers nice and wide one more time. Scissor out your fingers. I'm holding mine nice and high so you can see them. If you'd rather bring them lower, that's perfectly fine, but I want you to see what I'm doing. All right, and then from here, rotate your palms to face you, face away. Face you, face away. And you do one at a time. Alternate. And then end with both fingers facing away, both palms facing away. Curl back in. Bring yourself into your clamshells. Good. And knock on the door one more time. Beautiful. And then stretch all your fingers wide and turn your thumbs into wipers. Thumb wipers. Which is fun to say. Thumb wipers. All right, and then from here, pause. Good. Turn yourself into a picture frame. All right, shake out your hands, nice and gentle. There you go. All right, from here, roll your shoulders back. I'm gonna hop back up in my chair, but roll your shoulders back a couple times. And then roll your shoulders forward. Beautiful. And then from here, give yourself a big hug. Good. Separate your feet to your outer hips distance. And let's do our trunk rolls back and forth. So really using this time to shift your weight back and forth into your chair. If you'd like to make it a circle, you can, leaning back, coming around, making a larger circle if that feels good to you. Round an easy circle. And then after you've done a few in one direction, go ahead and gently reverse your direction. Moving into that nice, easy circle. Beautiful. And then come and sit back up all the way, nice and tall, letting your hands move back down to your lap. Good. Take your hands, let your fingers walk forward. Can you lean forward just a little bit? Give your head a gentle yes nod. Yes. And then a gentle no nod. Turning your head slightly from right to left and left to right. Good. And then pausing here with your eye gaze down, give yourself one more time to nod yes. And then pause and one more time to nod no. And then back to center, walking your hands back up your lap, sit up nice and tall. This time bring your hands behind you on the chair. And if you can scoot back in the chair, please do. Walking your feet back into the middle. Lift your feet up if that's okay. You can do one at a time if that feels better. And you can lean further back into your chair. Pointing your toes and flexing your feet. And pointing your toes, flexing your feet. And then can you make some big circles? And reverse. And then make some just random movements. And you could do a little flutter kick if you really want. All right, once you have done that, set your heels back down on the sticky mat, scoot your hips forward, and take your feet a little bit wider this time. So you're coming into more of your goddess posture. Let your hands start nice and low, and then on the next breath, bring them way up to the ceiling and pull them out wide into your cactus. Can you let your right elbow dip a little closer to your right leg? And come back up. Good. Let your left elbow dip a little closer to your left. Good. And come back up. Now, if that felt okay, you can do that exact same thing again. If you'd like to bring your hands behind your head, keep the elbows back. Right elbow a little closer to your right leg. And back up. And then left elbow a little closer to your left leg. Good. And then come back up. Good. Now squeeze your elbows together and open them out wide. Good. Squeeze your elbows together. Open nice and wide. Good. Two more. Elbows together. Open wide. Last one. Elbows gently move together and pause. Good. Sweep your hands up to your touchdown. Nice big deep breath. And then crisscross your arms all the way down, letting your hands rest on your lap for a moment. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth. Exhale. Stay right here. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth. Big exhale. Can you make the HA sound? Inhale. As you exhale. Good. Two more just like that. Inhale through your nose. Open your mouth. Exhale. Last one. Inhale through your nose. Big audible exhale. Next. Can you swallow? And if you need any water, take a sip at any point, of course. Always good to stay nice and hydrated. That will help your vocal cords. Also helps in this dry part of the winter. Ooh, all this cold temperatures. All right, coming back to your goddess posture. Press the ball of your right foot down. Can you lift your right heel up? And then press it back down. Switching sides. I'm going to scoop that. Left heel, let it come up. And press it down. Right heel, come on up. And down. Left heel, come up. Good. One more time each way. Right heel up and down. Left heel up. Good. We're going to make it a little trickier. Right heel comes up. Can you bring your right hand over it and try to lift your knee up to tap? Good. Try that one more time. Great job. Bring your right heel down. Let's switch sides. Left heel comes up. Hand over your leg. Lift up and down. Maybe one more. Great job. Left heel down. We're going to go back to the right 2 more times. Right heel up, lifting up and down. One more. Up. Fabulous. Foot down, left side. Last one. Heel up, lift and down. One more. Up and down. Beautiful. Keep your hands on your lap. Turn yourself back into a circle. Shifting your weight slightly, moving through the torso. Beautiful. After you've done this last one, pause for a moment so you can reverse your direction. Gently moving around, nice and easy. Bend the elbows as much as you would like. And then after this last one, go ahead and stack yourself up nice and tall. Inhale to reach and touch the ceiling. Big deep breath, and then crisscross your hands all the way down, sweeping your hands back into your heart center. Let your fingertips extend to the sky. Take a deep breath, push the arms up, turn to your right leg slightly, and open the arms out to the height of your shoulders. Flip your thumbs up to the ceiling. Take your left hand, bring it across your body, and like a bow and arrow, pull all the way back and release. Extend your left hand, sweep it around across your body again, pulling all the way back and release. Good. One more. Scoop all the way around and pull back and release. Good. Take a breath, relax your hands down. Good. Inhale, rolling your shoulders backwards a few times. Come back to center. Sit up nice and tall, deep breath. Hands back into your heart like a little rocket ship. Let them extend all the way up to the sky. And then open them out, looking towards your left leg this time. Right hand comes across the body and like a bow and arrow, pulls back and bing, extends. Good. Right arm extends longer. Sweep it all the way around. Pull it back behind you, and like a bow and arrow, it ping, extends away. Last one, sweeping the right hand all the way around, pulling the elbow high. Good. And ping, release. Good. Let your hands come back down to your lap. Good. Shifting your weight slightly from side to side one more time. Nice. And then when you're ready, pause, sit up nice and tall. Inhale, open your mouth, big audible HA sound. Let your toes turn in. Let your heels turn in. Let your toes turn in. Let your heels come in. Beautiful. Taking your hands slightly above your legs, lift your right knee up to high five your knee to your hand, and then switch sides. So you're you're lifting the same side of your body to high five your knee. Okay, so it's just a nice little lift. Good. Now switch it up so you're crossing the body and you're using that crisscross all the way with the body. Good. Add a little twist if you can. Good. If it's too hard to keep lifting your legs up, just lift the heel and give a pat instead. All right. Finishing strong here for 4 and 3 and 2 and 1. Take a breath. Hit the pose. Stretch your right heel out. Stretch your left heel out. Bring your right heel back. And your left heel. Good. One more time. Bring your left heel out. Right heel out. And your left foot back. And your right foot back. Good. Let your hands come down. Take a deep breath in, and as you exhale, give yourself a little bit of a forward fold. If it feels okay to bring your forearms to your lap, you're welcome to do that. You can nod your head yes in a very gentle way. And then turn your head and nod your head no, also in a very gentle way. And then pause, bring your head back to center. Let's walk the hands back up the legs and sit up nice and tall. All right, now I want you to try to swivel your feet, both of them, over to your right side. Now, if your chair does not let you do that, if you've got sides to the chair, this could be a little tricky. But if you can bring your legs over to the side, I want you to do that. If you can't quite do that, take your feet on a diagonal instead, okay? If you can reach your right hand back on your chair, so you see I've got this little bend in my chair here, let your right forearm sit on the chair, okay? And then sit up as tall as you can, lifting your left arm high to the ceiling. And as you exhale, as if you were buckling a seatbelt, bring your hand over and across to your right hip. And then inhale, your left arm reaches up. And you're exhaling, crossing the body. And again, inhale to lift. Exhale, cross. One more time. Inhale, big deep breath. And cross your body. Stay here. Hold the extra part of your chair. Sit up tall. Feel that nice strong twist in your body. If it feels okay in your neck, you can turn your head towards your left shoulder just a little bit. Nice big deep breath in. One more. Now as you begin your next deep breath, let your head come back to center and start to open up or unwind your arm. Start to march or move your feet a little closer to the middle of your space. Once you come back, you can do another little march and maybe even march while you're lifting your hands up. Exhale, bringing your hands back down and onto your wall. Beautiful. Pause for a moment. Deep breath in through the nose. Nice big exhale. Beautiful. We will slightly move to your left side here so that you can turn, and we'll go the opposite way. So again, if you have a chair that allows you to rest your legs off to the side and your forearm on the top, great. If not, take it to a diagonal instead. Left forearm, if you can, rests on your chair. Your right arm reaches you to the ceiling, and as if you were clicking a seatbelt close, let it come nice and close to your left hip. And then inhale, lift up and lengthen. Exhale, crisscrossing your body. And again, lift up, lengthen, nice big deep breath. And crisscross. Last one. Big deep breath. See if you can open really wide in the shoulder. There you go. Exhale. Staying right here. Bringing your hands back a little more on the chair. Maybe turning your gaze to look more at your right shoulder. Soften and breathe into your twist. One more deep breath in. And on your next breath, ever so gently start to unwind your arms, unwind your legs, coming all the way back to the center point. Feet are nice and flat, shoulders are back. Inhale as you reach up to touch the sky. Exhale, release your hands back down. Beautiful. All right, if you are interested in standing up, here is the place where we will do so. So double check that you don't have any props or personal items nearby, any pets, anything like that. And then allow your heels to come close to your chair. You can use your hands to help you stand up if you'd like. If you want to stay seated, that's also just totally fine. Okay. Hands can be on the chair, crisscrossed at the heart. Nose goes over your toes, push deeper into your feet. And as you're comfortable, start to lift up and stand. Right? Take your time. If you need to, you can sit back down at any point. But if you're comfortable doing so, sit your chair a little closer to the middle of your mat. And then bring your feet to the floor so that you can shift your weight gently from side to side. Okay? And allow your weight just to kind of crisscross around the center of your mat. If you're still seated in your chair, just simply move, again, that torso, similar to what we did earlier, but just back and forth. Okay, so you're ideally just shifting your weight slightly from right to left and back and forth. Right. And then from here, shift over to your left side. Can you stretch your left arm? And then bring it back and shift over to your right side. Your right arm. And back to center. Beautiful. Shifting slightly from side to side. And then eventually start to make your feet move closer together so that you are in a regular standing posture. Now I'm going to get rid of my chair so you can see my feet a little better. I want you to keep your hands on your chair, or if you have a piece of furniture that's taller, you can use that. Left leg is going to stay where it is. Tap your right toes forward and back to center. And then out to the side and back to center. And then back behind you. And back to center. Try that again. Right toes forward. And then back to the right. And back behind you. Good. 2 more times like that. Tap your right toes forward. And back to the right. And back behind you. And back. Last one. Toes forward. And back to the side. And back. One more time behind you. Good. Stay here. Bend your knees 3 times. And up. And 2. And up. And 1. Good. Now your right leg is your strong leg. Hold the chair. Left toes come forward. And center. To the left. And center. And back. Good. Do that again. Forward. Center. To the side. And center. To the back. And center. Good. 2 more times. Forward. To the side. To the back. Last one. Forward. And side. And back. Both feet nice and flat. Bend your knees. 3. And 2. Good. 1 more. All right. Stay with me. Take your right foot. Bring it behind you this time. And forward. And back. And forward. And back. And forward. And stomp it down. Bend your knees 3 times. 3. And 2. and 1. Good. Left leg, here we go. Bring it behind you and forward and back and forward and back. Good. Both feet parallel, 3 knee bends. 3, 2, and 1. All right, separate your feet a little wider. Shift your weight from side to side. Good. Can you release your left hand? Release your right hand. Release your left hand and your right. Good. Staying right here. Leave your left hand on the chair. Take your right hand up, up, up and away and give yourself a nice side body stretch. Deep breath in. 1 more. Good. Come all the way back to center, switching your hand around. Left hand, same thing. Big deep breath. Give yourself a nice side body stretch. And come back to center. Beautiful. All right. Scoot your chair just to, actually leave it right where it is. Leave it right where it is. Take your body instead to the outside of your space. All right. So I want you might even be just to the left, to the right of your chair here. Let your left foot come forward. And I want you to see if you can shift your weight backwards and forward a couple times. All right. And then I want you to end back. So your right leg has all the weight. And see if you can lift your left knee up and hold the left leg in the air. Standing tall. You can use the chair for balance. Good. 2 and 1. Beautiful. Do that again. Shifting forward and backwards. Okay, so we're working as if we were going for a walk. You can use a big, strong arm. Nice big lift. Push back. Big, strong lift. And push back. Good. 2 more. Lift and back. Good. Last one. And we're going to stay in that back position again. Lifting your front knee up or your front foot up. Stay here for 3, 2, and 1. Great job. That's going to get a little faster. So once again, shifting forward and backwards. All right. Shifting and back. Good. Last one. Shift way back into your right foot. Lift your left one up. Hold it in the air for 3 and 2. Good. 1 more set all the way through. Shift forward and back. Again, it's starting to go a little faster. If you can do that, go for it. Last one. Hold it back. Lift up your knee for 3 and 2 and 1. Great job. Put your foot down. Step a few times behind your chair. Ooh, your heart rate might have gone up with that. A little extra movement in the arms and the shoulders. Bit more balance work. Okay. So we're going to finish up over here on that left side of our chair. All right. Starting with both feet slightly behind it, parallel feet. Go ahead and shift your weight forward. Back. Good. So you're pressing into your feet. Yep. Nice and slow. Arm extends and returns when you're ready. Beautiful. Last one. Shift your weight back into your left foot. Can you lift the right one up? Hold it here. Eye gazes forward. Use your core strength. Great work. Bring that foot down. Press it into the floor and shift forward and back. Good. Remember the first 2 of these really were nice and slow. So work on the mechanics, spread your toes, work your feet into the floor. And this last one will shift back into your left leg. Peel the right knee up and stay here. There you go. Hold a pizza in your hand if you want. Why not? For 3, 2, and 1. Great job. Put that foot back down. Give yourself a push forward and a pull back. Nice and strong with the arms. Good. This one, remember, starts to go a little faster. So swing your arms, use your feet. Good. Last one, hold it back. Lift your knee up and stay here for 3. Hold the pizza because you can. And 2. Can you push your pizza up a little? And 1. There you go. All right. Last time, forward and back. Shifting your weight, heel to toe, press and return. Good. For 2 more. And return. Last one, hold your weight back. Lift your right knee Hold your pizza in the air. Good. Push your pizza up to the ceiling for 3, 2, and 1. All right. Let that foot come down. Let the hand come down. Step behind your space a couple more times. Okay, so again, you are just moving in those big lateral steps. You can add big, big, big arms. Try not to shuffle your feet. Try to take some really big steps. Yep. Nice and wide. You can come to the outside of your chair if you'd like. Great work. Finishing up this last 1 or 2. And then from here, pause. Take a breath. Inhale. Good. Right hand on the chair. Left hand goes to the ceiling. Give yourself a nice big crescent stretch. One more nice big deep breath. Beautiful. And then come all the way back up. Releasing your hands. Step one last time behind your chair. Left hand on the chair. Right hand goes up, up, up and away. And takes that one more crescent stretch. Beautiful. And then come back down. Nice. All right. When you are ready, I'll invite you to walk back to your chair. If you have the shawl or something that you brought with you, a blanket or something that would be comfortable, have that with you. Now, before you sit down, if you also have a set of yoga blocks, bring those to the sticky mat with the largest amount of surface area facing up, and you want them to be about shoulder distance. So you'll go ahead and step over the blocks to sit down on your chair. Okay. If you don't have blocks or anything to set your feet on, that's perfectly fine. Okay. In fact, that will be okay if you don't have them. But if you do have them, I want you to start with your feet wide. Okay. If you have a shawl or something with you, either drape it over your legs or put it behind you so it's kind of out of the way for the moment. All right. And if you have the blocks, and you know what I'm going to do? Hold on. I'm going to get rid of my mat here. You can see the floor. All right. There we go. So, yeah, it only sort of worked. All right. All right. So what I want you to do is with your blocks on the floor and your feet a little wider, can you lift one foot up and put it on the block? And then put it down. Now, if you don't have blocks, pretend that you have blocks. Bring it up and tap and down. Bring it up and tap and down. Bring it up and tap and down. Bring up one and hold it. And then just lift the other one up and down. Perfect. Put that foot down, switching sides. Left foot comes on the block. Right one comes up. 3 and 2 and 1. Good. Both feet flat on the floor. Blocks are just there in front of you. Lift your arms up. Take a deep breath. Good. Open and close your thumbs. So you're twisting through the arms. All right, now while you're doing that, if it feels okay, lift your right foot up and bring it back to the block. While you're doing that, with the hands open and closed, lift the left one up, put it back on the block. Okay, keep flipping those hands open and closed. Start with the left one. Lift it up, off the block. And then the right one, lift it up, off the block. Good. Hands back down to your hips. Good. Take a deep breath. If your arms get a little tired with that, give them a little shake if they do. Okay. All right, one more time, starting with your left leg. Inhale, hands go up. Nice big deep breath. Open and close those lights on the ceiling. Lift your or bring your thumbs forward and back. Here we go. Left foot comes up. Stomp it down. Right foot comes up. Stomp it down. Good. Right foot goes back out and stomp it down. Left foot goes up, lift up, and stomp it down. Good. Take your hands, crisscross them all the way through. Bring the hands back to your lap. Take a nice big deep breath in through your nose. and exhale. One more time. Nice big deep breath in through the nose and exhale. Beautiful. From here, let your hands come forward a little and lean just a tiny bit more forward. Pull your belly button in towards your back, rounding into a cat. Press your belly forward, opening up through your heart center. Good. Exhale here, rounding back into your cat. And pressing forward, extend. Good. Two more times. Exhale here, rounding through. And pressing forward. Last one. Exhale here, rounding into your cat. And inhale, pressing forward. Beautiful. Walking your hands back up on your lap. Sit up nice and tall. Big deep breath in. And a big deep breath out. Great work. If you have your blocks there, you can move them slightly off to the side. Kick them or push them, however you'd like to move them. And then when you're ready, scoot your heels back forward on your space. Let your heels come to the floor and your toes up. So you might need to adjust yourself on your chair. Hold on to the outer edges of your chair too. Take a nice big deep breath, letting your heels get long. Toes up to the sky. Keep your left leg just like this and bend your right knee. Push your right foot on the floor. Take your left hand and lift it up to the ceiling. Nice big deep breath. And as you exhale, let the hand cross the body. You can let the palm face your right leg or the palm face away. Let your tailbone stay low. Get your crown of your head to lift you taller. And then rotate your belly button towards your bent right leg. Take a deep breath. One more. Inhale, coming back to center, unwind. Send your right heel back out. Bring the left foot back and under. Left hand stays on the chair. Lift up with a big tall stretch. Exhale, either close the palm or leave it open. Crown of your head is tall. Right ribs come forward. Left ribs go back. Invite the twist. Inhale. One more. Beautiful. On the next breath, come back to center, lifting your right arm way up and bring it down. Bring the right leg back. Good. Hands on your thighs. You can give yourself one more little forward fold here, stretching nice and long through your back. Take a deep breath in and exhale one more time. Nice big deep breath. And then when you're ready, press into your legs to come back up and sit up nice and tall. And if you have your blanket or whatever you may have brought with you, see if you can open it wider. Now, if you don't have one, but you have a yoga strap, you can use that too for the moment, okay? But what I want you to do is take your hands a little bit wider than your shoulders and then lift up to the ceiling. And then very gently pull down like you had a lap bar. Okay, so the claws in front of your body. Okay, so lifting up, exhale, bringing that back down in front of your body. Okay, nice big strong movements of the arms and bring it back down. Yep, if you don't have anything, just pretend. Okay, good. Two more times. Big exhale and pull down. One more. Big deep breath and pull it down. Good. Let it rest on your lap. Open the arms out and give yourself a hug. Beautiful. Look at which elbow landed on top. And when you open the arms, let your second favorite arm come on top for one more hug. Nice big deep breath in and out. Beautiful. Take your arms out one more time, this time with a narrow grip. And I want you to bring it close to your shoulders and then push up and pull down. Okay, so feel free to even say this. Push and pull and push and pull. Good. Two more. Push and pull. Last one. Push and pull. Great job. All right, now take the blanket or whatever you have and go ahead and wrap it up and around your shoulders. Now, the idea is that you are starting to get a little bit warmer with this. But first, and if you don't have anything with you, but you have a sweatshirt or a sweater that you'd like to wrap around, that's perfectly fine. And if you don't have anything, just pretend. Okay, so in this part of the year, it always gets so busy and harried and we're running around, but nature reminds us to come inward. And nature reminds us to find the calm. Okay, so before we get into our final kind of relaxation today, we're going to do a little bit more breathing work that helps to balance the body, to help us find the calm. Okay, so it uses your fingers, but I want you to do the best that you can. All right, so I actually am going to have you use your right hand. All right, so you're going to use your thumb, and if you can, your ring finger. Okay, these first two fingers are going to tuck in. Now, if that is really, really awkward, you can use your thumb and index finger, okay, these two fingers, all right? So if you need to help assist them in, that works too. Then roll your palm to face your body, okay? So again, you're going to use the thumb and the ring if you can. If not, use your index, all right? Take your thumb and bring it close to your right nostril. Don't press, just bring it close. Take a deep breath in through both sides of your nose and exhale through both nostrils. Okay. Then I want you to shift your hand slightly so your ring finger on your right hand is now close to your left nostril. All right, take a deep breath and exhale. Now you are welcome to continue just like this, but if you'd like to try this alternate nostril breathing, bring your right thumb, close your right nostril. Take a breath through the left side. And then pause. And then take your ring finger and block the left nostril and breathe out the right one. Breathe in through the right side again. Use your thumb to block the right and breathe out through the left. Breathe in through the left. Use your ring finger to block the nostril and breathe out through the right. Good. One more round. In through the right. Block the nostril, out through the left. In through the left. Close the nostril, out through the right. Release your hand and breathe in and out in your normal way. Now, every now and then, after using that type of breath, I find that I need tissue. If you need a tissue, please use one. But I also want you to just notice how it feels to breathe through both nostrils at this point. Okay? It is called alternate nostril breathing, and it's supposed to let you build balance in the body. The right and left side, you probably have a dominant nostril, and sometimes we have allergies and colds and things that make one side easier to breathe out of. But it is a great way to build balance into the body. It is also a nice way to balance the body if you're starting to settle down to go to sleep or something in the evening, or you want to rest and take a nap. Okay. With any breathing exercise, always make sure you feel comfortable. And if it's not working for you, simply stop. All right, so let's do a little bit more of our breath work. So inhaling, I want you to feel your lungs really expand, and exhale, make the SH sound. Do that again. Inhale, really feel big and expansive. Exhale, SH sound. Beautiful. One more time. Inhale, SH sound. Everybody swallow. Take a sip of your water. If you have some nearby. Opening your mouth very gently. Beautiful. Take your hands, split your fingers like peace fingers, and bring them into the front and the back of your ear. Just rubbing very gently right in front and back of your ear. Let your fingers then trace down your chin. Very gently. Remember to bring a bit of pressure here. And then over your collarbones, just massaging slightly below your collarbones. Take your hands very gently and move them together like you are putting on some hand lotion. And then bring your hands back to your heart. Take a nice big deep breath in. And exhale with an easy sigh. Beautiful. If you would like to move for our final relaxation, I have a little bit of a guided winter inspired relaxation. If you'd like to move to a more comfortable space, if you'd like to just wrap your shawl around you a little tighter, go ahead. If you have a recliner or something nearby that you'd like to move to, go right ahead. If you have an ottoman you can put your feet on, you're welcome to do that. The idea and the important piece is that you are comfortable. And when you're starting to get comfortable, take a deep breath, and as you exhale, let out a nice gentle sigh. Take a moment to gently close your eyes and just simply allow yourself to be warm and cozy and comfortable. As December arrives, we are reminded that the final month of the year often holds a unique mixture of tenderness and truth. The world around us grows quieter. Winter skies fade earlier into darkness. Cold air encourages us inward, and nature itself pauses, resting in a kind of holy stillness. The end of the year can carry with us so much. As nature draws to close, it allows us to see that all of the natural world mirrors the emotional landscape and can help us focus. The earth is bare and resting, stripped often of excess. Trees stand in their truth without foliage to hide behind. Winter does not rush. It waits. It holds. It breathes. At this point, you do not need to fix anything, not to force any gratitude, but you are simply here to notice. Focus on the strength and resilience of the evergreens. Their majestic presence reminds us that even in the darkest, coldest month, life endures with quiet courage. The holly is another small miracle that arrives in the winter with its glossy, deep green leaves, bright red berries, and a presence that feels both protective and symbolic. Traditionally, holly has represented resilience and the promise of hope during the darkest time of the year. Its berries stand out against a barren landscape, reminding us that the color of and life exist even when the world feels cold and stripped. As the holly brightens the winter landscape, you may find a gentle space to rest within yourself, trusting that this season, like all seasons, carry its own kind of wisdom. Nice big deep breath in, and as you exhale, release with a gentle sigh. And again, wriggling your fingers, wiggling your toes, some larger movements into your hands and feet, your wrists and ankles, and arms and knees. Please begin to stretch or to move in any way that feels right to you. Sitting up a little taller in your chair if you'd like. The adjustments into your spine. And then if you're comfortable doing so, you're welcome to bring your hands closer to your heart center. Taking a nice big deep breath in and exhaling with a gentle sigh. It is from my heart to yours that I say thank you. Thank you for allowing me to be here with you in this practice today. And for many of you, for many years in these practices. It is always a joy to see you. I hope you continue with your practices. I hope you continue to be fabulous human beings. Stay well and stay awesome. Namaste. Click off that recording.